In the previous tutorial, you learned how to create a grid that has like columns, baseline, and also like guides for columns, rows, and baseline. And with all those additions, placing your design and layout based on your grids and guides are couldn't be so much easier, right? So you can see this quick layout I create over here. I create clear header, and also body text with subheader. And also, like you can see, I use the grid to find this nice placement for this image. So even though I leave a lot of white space over here and here, but when I hit W and hide the guides, I think the overall layout still have a nice balance. So you can see the text is on the lower bottom, and the image will create a nice balance on the top. Okay, so that's not what we want to focus in this tutorial. This tutorial, we want to focus on the paragraph style. What are paragraph style? Okay, so in the our project layout here, one of the criteria is you should have a clear visual hierarchy that's shown in the text. So using one or two typeface families with at least 3 to 4 paragraph style. Okay, you can have more, but you should at least have 3, which is header, subhead, body text, and caption, which is an optional thing, but I think it would be nice to include caption in your design. Okay. So let's go back to InDesign. So you can see on this part, I haven't assigned any of the paragraph style, but here this is on the header. This is the caption, subhead, and body text, and they all have a I think the body text is a different typeface than the header. But creating like using different font, like the header and subhead are bold and body text are regular. They create a nice visual hierarchy that works well together. So hopefully you find a nice combination of typeface and different font, and have a nice layout. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about is the paragraph style. Imagine it will be a hassle that you will have to kind of change your paragraph each time when you create a new text content, and you have to like go in here and then change it. It take forever. So a very useful tool in InDesign is called paragraph style. So you can assign a paragraph style with a subhead, body text, and headline, and then you will be able to simply just click on the setting that you already have. So that should be subhead, and then you will be done and call it a day. You don't have to go back and then like kind of reapply a different style, and it will be all set up correctly in what you want. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to apply paragraph style in InDesign. So you can just by simply click on the paragraph style and apply the things that you set up earlier. Okay, so I just simply create a text box and then copy it from a Word file. So you can see there's no the font is not correct, the size is not correct. So to begin with, we will start with creating the right style that you want. So this one I want it to be Marriott Pro Bold, and I think I want it to be the size, I want it to be 11, and then the leading I want it to be 12. Oops. Okay, to select the whole thing and make it 12. Okay, so for paragraph style, you can do other things like you can make it all caps. You can make it have like different alignment. You can also change like have some indent if you want to. So these can be all set up, or like even like bullet point or numbers. Those can all be stored in your paragraph style. So just make sure you have that set up properly. And another thing is in the previous tutorial I show you, if you want to use your baseline, you will need to open the paragraph panel here and then make sure your font, your type text will be aligned to the baseline grid. Okay, so those can be all set it up in here. Okay, next we will need to open the paragraph style. So after you have all the setting you want, and then we will create a new paragraph style. Okay, if you don't find this, you will find it under type and check the paragraph style. Okay, the paragraph style might be kind of floating like this when you first open it. I suggest you to kind of put it in your tool on the right, so you can access it very easily just by clicking the icon. Okay, and also I would recommend you to change it to advanced for the workspace setup instead of, I think the default is probably essential. So you will have more option if you change it to advanced. Okay, and then you can put the things that you use most frequently and then put it into the toolbar here. Okay, so let's open our paragraph style. So these are the paragraph style I set up earlier already, but I'll show you how you can set up a new one. Okay, so pretty easy. Just click on create new style, and then it will create a new style. But you can see the name is not, it's called paragraph style, so you should rename it. A better way to do it is hold Option and click on the plus sign. So it will automatically open this window so you can name it here. Okay, so that is the subhead. Okay, I'll call it subhead new, so we know this is the one that we just created. And of course, if you change your mind, you wanted to do like a different font, you can also change it here, and then they will change accordingly. I actually don't want to change that, so let's go back to our Marriott. Okay, I'll just cancel. I'll do it again. Okay, Option click. And then I'm just telling you can change it to like different size, and you can go to preview and see how you like the change. And I will leave it as 11. I think that's what we have earlier. And then just say, you can see there's so many things you can change and store in your paragraph style. Okay, so after you're done, just simply click OK, and okay, I have to rename it again. Subhead new. Okay, so now you can see the paragraph style is now added, and then we can click on it to apply this new style that we just created. So same thing, I'll do it again for our body text. So the body text we have, I have set up, I think it's Minion Pro regular. Okay, and then I want it to be 10 points, and the leading I want it to be 14. Okay, so for the body text, same. I wanted to align with the baseline grid. Okay, you can see the last line here is acting weird. That's okay. It can be fixed after we set up our paragraph style. And also, I strongly encourage you or suggest you to check the hyphenate. I think hyphenate sometimes is annoying, especially if you have a lot of words get cut into half. So I will also suggest you check the hyphenate when you set up your paragraph style for the body text, so you don't have to go back and uncheck every of your text boxes. Okay, so I think that is pretty much all I want to do. And also, again, paragraph style, you can do a lot of different things. You can also like add indent if you want. For my design here, I will leave it. But yeah, you can feel free to experiment with different style as you wish to fit the most for whatever design you're going for. Okay, so after we set up our paragraph style, we'll just go back to our paragraph style panel and then hold Option click. And this is the body text. I'll call it new. Okay, and then we'll hit OK. Okay, so we need to do one more thing is just select it and then applied it again. So you can see it fixed on that last little weird line that broken apart. Okay, so yeah, now it's very easy. So if you want to apply a different paragraph in your documents here, all you need to do is simply create another box, paste it, and then you can just go back here and just click on the paragraph style that you set up earlier, and everything will be set up properly. And you can see there's no hyphen, and also it will snap to our baseline. Okay, so yeah, it's pretty handy. Okay, so one more thing what I will like to mention is what if you, after you set up your paragraph style and you change your mind, you say, I want my subhead to be bigger. So I will select the subhead and I will make it bigger. Okay, and you think, I like this better. So how can I change the setting that we already did? Okay, so for our subhead here, so this was subhead new. Yeah, so you can see after I add that, like apply that and I modify it, you see this little plus sign. It means there's an override, which means you can see it actually show us now the size is 14, which is different from our setting. So you can actually redefine your style. So you can simply change your style and then you can redefine it by clicking on this menu here and then redefine style. Okay, did you aware when I redefined the style for post 1, post 2 also updated. So this is another benefit for paragraph style is you can apply everything with the same paragraph style. And if you want to change it, all you need to do is select it, make your modification, and then you will see the plus with the override warning, and then you can redefine it. And then all the other paragraph that you didn't select will also update automatically. So this will really save you a lot of time. You don't have to go back and select all the paragraph again to make your changes. Okay, so that is very, very handy. Okay, so one more thing I want to mention is the character style. What is the difference between paragraph style and character style? Okay, so you can, for paragraph style, it's kind of like pretty much what we did here. But what if I want to add like a kind of another information here? I don't know, like process or example. Okay, so if you want to add like something next to the subhead, and you want this to be a different style. Okay, so unfortunately, if you choose paragraph style, it will apply everything on the same line. Okay, so you cannot select half of the line and say I want it to be different. Okay, so but it's not saying impossible. In this case, we can use the character style. Okay, so in the character style, I can use maybe like italic. So you can see it's show a kind of different visual hierarchy with the title. Okay, and then I can select this and then added a new character style. Okay, so of course you should rename it, but saving some time, I'm not going to do that. So here I can like have some other information here in post 2, and I can click on character style, and then it will modify that to fit the design. Okay, so you can see it's pretty handy with setting up your paragraph style and character style. So I strongly encourage you to do that. So whenever you want to change your font, you want to change the size, you don't have to go back and select everything. All you need to do is just redefine the style, and all the setting that you had earlier will be automatically applied.